Comrades, welcome back to Transport Fever. This is the 5th episode of scenario number 6 of the US campaign, and we are nearing the end of our oil mission here. You can see we have almost completed that requirement, and the oil is now piling up here in the last 2 oil wells near Jackson. Also then we still need to place the trucks onto the other line. I think this one is near the end. Let's just have a look. Dallas oil well, 15 remaining. So it's basically on its last leg.
Fuel production is in full swing. The good old steam engine has had its day. Mighty diesel trains need to be moved. How foresighted of us to enter the fuel business. Time to convince the population of the benefits of modern trains. That's not going to be easy, however. The train isn't exactly the attractive option here right now. Anyone wanting to travel long distances takes the intercity bus. But we can change that. If we can offer a fast enough train service, we'll be able to encourage people to travel by train. Cha-ching!
Exactly. So I like that everything ties together. We are in the fuel business, and that's why using the diesel trains is a good idea. Of course, we don't get any benefit directly, but it's just part of the scenario. Anyway, so this is the last part of the mission, and they're asking us to connect Houston and New Orleans, which is finished, with a train line and ensure the average journey time is less than 360 seconds with a frequency of less than 180 seconds. So now we can see in this scenario there is a distinction. I'll just slow it a bit. There is a distinction between the frequency, which is what we normally see here. Currently the frequency is 5 minutes and it should be less than 3, and the average journey time, which we don't see here normally, so that must be less than 360, which is of course the middle of 5 minutes. So yes, now we're going to find out if this line is the right thing, and I don't believe that it is. So we've placed, of course, the station here. You can see the green outline just telling us these things must be connected. And there should be a one here in New Orleans as well, which there is. So once there is enough journeys completed, this information will start appearing. And then we can see what we're working with and start shaving that down. Of course, it's quite easy to bring the frequency down. All we have to do is add some more trains. It's really the journey time that I'm interested in. For that to be under 5 minutes is going to be a bit of a challenge because of the way that our line is constructed here. Luckily, the money is fantastic, so I think a tunnel digging straight through from here to the other side will probably be the way to go. It'll cost us, but again, they did ask not to exceed 70-something million, so that will be perfectly fine. Let's just wait for some data to appear. We still have a few years, but then again, we don't have too much time. I'm already thinking we're not going to make it. 1955, it seems a long way away, 6 years almost, but the oil here is still producing, and now we don't get that data anymore, so that is out of the picture. But we know this one was basically finished, so I'll wait until this one says 20, then we'll just move the trucks over, because we still have to access all of the oil wells. If we just go back to the medal, they ask us to process crude from all the wells, so this is the only one still standing. Fantastic, so that's done. We don't even need to do anything. Let's just stop right there. Journey time is 286 seconds. That is fantastic. Last time I struggled to get that done, and this time it's just basically automatic. Wow, okay, that's fantastic. Let's just have a look here again on the frequency, 5 minutes. So that's now the only thing that's holding us up. So we just have to make sure that the frequency is fixed now. So let's add another train. I know it might become a bit crowded, but I think just to complete that mission, it's definitely worth it. On the other hand, let's let it run a little bit more, just so we can process some more oil from the other well, just so that the mission doesn't end as soon as we finish this requirement. Actually, how much we can't tell anymore. what's going on at this oil well. So actually, let's just move the trucks over. Let's just do it. This one is almost on its end. So this is Dallas Annex. So pause for a second and remove Dallas Annex and add station Dallas West, and everything else can continue. So at least we'll have that medal as well, hopefully. And then I can just add another train and the frequency will drop. So the journey time has actually fallen again. The first time was 365, then only 286. Interesting. I wonder if they count the freight train that we also have here. Probably not. It is passengers after all. But where is that freight train? It's on the way back. I never followed this one yet. Let's have a look. No money, of course. We're waiting for the goods to just be picked up, and there's almost nothing there. The goods are all being diverted to the other cities. So this will be a money loser. 5 goods. Anyway, we only have to do 40. Let's see, that's not a medal, right? No, so we can safely ignore that. The only thing now is the time, so 5 years. Never exceed 75 and process well all of the wells. So I think we can manage. Let's have a look. Where is the train now? It's coming back. So maybe now would be a good time to purchase the other one. Let's do that. Again, the Zephyr, that is my go-to. And I don't need to worry about the money. I'll just say set line to Houston, New Orleans. So we'll finish this mission in this video, which is, I think, very good. I mean, 5 episodes for one mission is more or less decent, I think. What's happening here? A ship, obviously, if it's a big image like that, and it usually causes the game to lag for 1 second. So yes, we get the Viola and the Axalp. So if we were going to ship oil, then that would have been a thing to do. Let's just have a look here. So yes, decent passenger numbers, but not too crazy. And here also San Antonio, there are some waiting for New Orleans, so that's okay. At least that means this train will also not run empty. Let's have a look. The frequency, okay, that's now not what we're looking at here. The journey time does fluctuate depending on where the trains are in their cycle, of course. If they are just about to hit a station when it ticks over to a new year, then that will obviously help the time there. But now we've met that, we just need to worry about the frequency. And if we get close to 75 million, I'll just buy some trains and leave them in the depot. Good way to spend money. Oh, these are so impressive. I love them. And they are diesel, like the advisor said there. So I just don't know how people would rather take the bus when we offer such a fantastic train service. Look at that, it just flies so gracefully. 1.9 million in the bank. That's what I want to see. Now this one will wait here, unfortunately. But that's okay, it's not too much of a wait. We just need to see what is the frequency currently. 3 minutes. And what did they say? So frequency of less. So okay, it has to go down a little bit more. 60, 60, 60. That is 3 minutes, but they want less than 3 minutes. Okay, well, let's see. Some vehicles are old, but I won't even bother with that now. Since we have the money, let me add another train. We are certainly supporting that company that makes the Zephyr trains, the Bud company. So I think this has been quite an enjoyable mission. I must say, the first time I played it, I found it a bit challenging. just because I took that initial $15 hit with the patent that we could buy. And then after that, it was quite a struggle just to get going, because obviously you need the whole infrastructure for the oil, and if you would like the passengers, which really is something you need, because it's just a money maker to tide you over to the payday from the oil. But eventually I could start making a success of it. But this time I think it was a lot easier by not taking that penalty at the start. Come on, what's our frequency? Still says 3 minutes. This is where having a lot of signals comes in. If you space them out too much, then somewhere the trains are going to have to wait for each other. If it's a quick succession of signals, that means they can keep moving smoothly. Obviously, with the exception of the stations where they need to wait for the other to come out before they can go in. I'm surprised we haven't gotten that medal yet for accessing oil from all of the wells. Process crude oil from all the wells located on the land. So you see, they do give the exception to the ocean there. So let's just double check that. This one we have processed. There's no question of that. We saw it going. Then this one we are busy with right now. So I'm sure it does take a little longer, but you can see the crude oil is moving. And all it of course has to do is process there. Then we did that one. We did both of these. And then we're busy with both of these ones now. So let's just double check that the trains are moving smoothly here. I don't want any last second troubles, you know. So this one is going, not a problem. You can just leave it on this speed, I think. Now where is the other one? It is on the way back. So they are running. There is no strange hold up somewhere. So we should have that medal. Maybe it takes a moment. Because I think as soon as it is dropped off here, you can see it goes right into storage here, and immediately it is converted into the fuel, which is shipped to the platform. So the process is smooth. There's no hold up for the oil, and they do say process it, so I don't know. Let's have a look. What else can we do? And I don't think that it is necessary for us to empty all the wells. That's not what they say. Process from all the wells. Ah well, I think I got that last time. So what is the frequency business? Still 3 minutes. That is not the greatest thing. Okay, stop. Just hold up for a second. Our money is 71, so let's sink some more into this project since we can. Let's buy another Zephyr. Or hold on. Alco can do 188. Let's buy this one, the Alco PAPB. This is the thing in that free game of mine where I made the mistake of buying this one instead of the single cab one. But this one has more pulling power, so if we really wanted to accelerate fast, which is still a needed thing for this mission, then let's buy it. And it's going to make a good impact on our funds because it's climbing quite fast. Then we just get the All-American Golden Sand, which I love. And we just make sure it's under 160. So there, 146 is fine, and we set that to the Houston-New Orleans line and let it run. Now this is of course not a Zephyr, but it's probably going to help a little with our frequency because it's a bit faster. Not too much luckily, otherwise the Zephyrs would hold this one up. And let's make a nice color, although again, like I said in my free game, I think this one just goes together so nicely. This is about one of the only trains where if you buy the locomotive and wagons separately, they actually match together. Of course, you can mix and match as you like, but other than, for example, the Zephyr where you get the whole package in one go, it's difficult to make it look good together. But this just goes so automatically. Look at that. That is just stunning. And I guess this was because it worked together in real life.
Finally, the crisis is over. The people have everything they need and even everything they don't need. And still they yearn for even more. This is really good for business.
This is great for business, but now we missed on the oil baron one. Oh well, you saw we did process oil from all of the wells on the land, not the water of course, but that's that. So let me see how much time is remaining. I don't think this mission has gone on very long. I still have about 15 minutes left before my half hour is gone, and I'm really trying to keep it to a half hour now. So let's just review the situation for the next mission. I won't start with that because I don't want to mix them, but we can just have a quick look at a preview. So I'll just say return to the main menu.
Business is brisk high in the skies. The invention of the jet engine has revolutionized aviation. Civil aviation is experiencing an unprecedented boom. Travelers can reach even remote destinations by plane. The train has had its day as a mode of passenger transport. Despite large distances becoming even easier to cross, certain places are inaccessible. The Iron Curtain separates east from west. The great powers have divided the entire world among themselves. Now all that remains to conquer are the skies. Before the Russians do, let's reach for the stars.
This was one of my favorites because I love all things that have to do with space. And here we can actually contribute to the construction of the Saturn V and Apollo, which if you follow my Kerbal Space Program episodes, those are going very slow, but that was always the intention. They're not really a series, but eventually I will build that. So it's just fascinating to me to see how that sort of works into this rail and air transport. So it's a nice way that they got it all to work together. I did miss two things again, so that is a pattern now. I'm not going to let him talk. Oh dear, now he's going to talk each time. But we never finished a single mission with all the medals, which is par for the course. But anyway, now he's going to keep talking, so I'll just back up even more. Otherwise, he's going to ramble too much. So, yes, there are some medals with the current mission now that we're going to do that I would also like to get. But I seem to always miss one. But okay, it's fine. It's not, that much of an issue. So thank you for watching. It's a bit of a shorter episode, but maybe that makes a refreshing change from all the others, which are epic marathons. And I hope to see you in the next episode. We're almost done with the US missions, which is a bit sad, but okay, it was a lot of fun, and the European ones are still ahead. So I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and have a fantastic day.